Hello and welcome to my conversational cooking channel, KAM MEK WI IT, the show where I get to invite a guest into my studio to cook from my debut cookbook, Sweet Salone. Welcome to my kitchen, Caroline.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, long time coming.
We're here.
Tell everyone about yourself.
Mixed media artist now. Used to be in fashion. Born in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm a mother of 3. I'm a full-time artist. Live in Northwest London.
You were in the fashion industry for about 25 years.
Yeah.
Started when you were about 5.
Years, but yeah. Over 20 years.
Yeah, over 20 years. All right,
Sounds
fine.
better. Left fashion and jumped into art full-time. Didn't know anything about the art industry whatsoever. I had a call-in, as they say. I had a call-in to be in arts, and here I am.
And you've been kind of basically shaking the art world since, because I will say shaking, seriously, because I don't think I've ever seen your work where it doesn't just make people stop and look, isn't it?
Well, you're wearing it.
Yes, and I'm wearing it, of course. I'm wearing
art.
it. Today we're going to be making Morkor. Moco is a street food in Sierra Leone, and it's usually made with either green plantain or green banana. Have you had any experience with Sierra Leonean food before?
That was my very first time having any Sierra Leonean food, and eye-opener, because obviously being Nigerian, we think we're the only we're the only tribe in Africa that matters. And everything revolves around Nigerian food.
Yeah.
So it was really, really amazing for me to try your food for the first time.
Do you cook at home normally?
I cook all the time.
All the time?
Yeah. It's food, then my kids, then art.
Oh, wow.
That's how much I love food. So when you invited me, it was literally all my Christmases coming in one day. Obviously, I cook Nigerian food, I cook British food. So for me to now add something else to my repertoire of food, that'd be amazing. You know.
Oh, fantastic. Green plantain here.
Oh, this is so scary. The pressure.
The pressure.
Honestly, I'm feeling so much pressure right now. Like, how do I peel it?
Okay, so you top and tail.
Okay.
Yeah, top and tail. And then you
slice it open like that.
That's exactly how you go about it. It actually helps if you do a little bit more lines around it, because then,
because this is like green plantain, which is different to white plantain. Perfectly right.
But you see, once you put those lines in, it kind of comes out easy, isn't it? So you have to put it in water, otherwise it goes black.
Yeah, okay. So I put it in now?
Put it in there, yeah. Who is Caroline? Who is Caroline Chinakwe? Tell us about it.
My culture is so important to me in everything that I do. And the reason why I actually got into fashion was because I really wanted to show a different side of my culture to the public. Coming from fashion industry where fashion and culture doesn't really mix, you know, especially in the Western.
Absolutely.
In the Western world, it doesn't really mix. And to work with a lot of models and dark-skinned models, seeing how they were viewed in the media and how they were portrayed made me want to do something about it. And that's how
you got into fashion. You were born in Nigeria, right?
I was born in Lagos, which a lot of people are always surprised when I tell them. I'm a Niger girl through and through, which I love.
I've got something here that's going to make it very, very easy to slice the plantain. That's a mandolin, and you get like a really thin slice of the plantain. I've caught myself on this a couple of times. So what I do is once it starts to get way too low, then I stop. I get another one.
Yeah.
Take us through your journey as an artist.
I was in fashion, obviously, and I was doing a show, and I wanted to do a flyer that really represented what the event was going to be about.
Okay.
And I was in the car with my daughter one day, and we're talking about what the flyer design was going to look like. And I was like, oh, I wish I could do something look like this. And I was just talking to her about it. And she said, and this was during the days when the apps were all the rage. And she was like, oh, Mum, there's an app for that, you know. In the car, she started helping me create this image, and it just blew me away. How I could like take my imagination from my head and bring it out, and I'd never done anything like that. Your
color mixing is just amazing. The way you kind of play with color, not everyone's got that. When I'm thinking about plating, I think about what the colors are going to look like on the plate and how it's going to be. But sometimes when it comes to colors with clothes, I do struggle. With food, I don't have a problem.
One, don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Two, like, you know what I mean? I clash everything. Like, there's no... I don't think about it. I literally just clash all colors together, and it just works.
Plantain's all done.
Yeah.
We're going to add some spring onions, and then...
Bananas now.
Banana just add sweetness to the savoriness of the plantain. This is where your knife skills is going to come into action again.
Okay.
Because we need to try and get similar slices.
No way. And obviously we can't use the mandolin for this because it's too soft.
Oh
my God.
So,
okay.
Look at that.
I did tell you that I was a secret.
I think you're a secret chef. Underneath all that art, fashion, there's a chef lurking in, ready to burst out. What drew you to your form of art?
Towards the end of my fashion career, I started working a lot with African designers.
Okay.
And I really wanted to support African designers. So I used to go back and forth to Lagos a lot and, you know, got involved in Lagos Fashion Design Week, Africa Fashion Week, London. When I was in fashion, as you know, as well as being a stylist, before that I was working with new up-and-coming designers, like helping them start up their labels and stuff. And so I was lucky enough to start getting jobs in Lagos and just seeing the fashion industry over there and seeing what people were doing, but also just seeing how unapologetic we were with how we dressed as Africans, you know. I said, what you're wearing is just how women would dress every day.
Absolutely.
You know, that was the norm. It doesn't matter whether you were working in the market or you were working the bag, you were just adorned. And, you know, the pressure, and I'm sure a lot of Nigerians would relate to the pressure of going to Nigeria or Africa. You're on your best gums all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
You cannot come with, let me just
same in Sierra Leone.
The pressure, honestly, to make sure that the wardrobe is correct.
Yeah.
Color everywhere, jewelry everywhere, handbags, all that stuff. It was on men as well.
Yeah.
You know, men were so flamboyant in their
Absolutely.
styles. And I really wanted to see that in my work. You know, I felt like I wasn't given the opportunity enough in the work that I was doing to actually show a different side to Black creativity and Black styling. And yeah, so that's what I really wanted to do. So initially, Maria, it wasn't about me being an artist. I just wanted to be a good stylist.
Okay.
The idea was, okay, I need to put stuff on social media. What can I put that really represented me? And so I started doing these collages with models that I'd worked with, showing a different side to them. And I specifically chose dark-skinned models.
Okay.
Because in the fashion industry, I felt like dark-skinned models were so underrepresented and they were never shown in the right way. They were either made to look too Western or they were always seen as a juxtaposition to a white model, you know? And it was really important for me to show them just in the beauty that they were. You know, the big lips, which, you know, I obviously have big lips. I remember growing up and people would always comment on my lips. You know, it wasn't a cool thing back then to have big lips. You know, I'd be called rubber lips all the time. Walk in school like, oh, rubber lips. And I remember I used to like look in the mirror and just try and pull back my lips to see what my lips would look like small, because, you know, I just got teased with my lips a lot. And I remember that changed. I'll never forget the day it changed. I was walking down Oxford Street. I was at London College of Fashion then. And I remember walking down Oxford Street and this guy stopped me and he said, oh, I love your lips. And I remember thinking, huh? Like,
wow.
What? You love my lips?
Wow.
And this was around the time people like Angelina Jolie started making lips popular. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, big lips are now in.
All of a sudden, it was in to have big lips, isn't it?
Yeah. It changed everything for me. And then all of a sudden, it's like everybody was all of a sudden, oh, you've got gorgeous lips, you've got gorgeous lips. So it was really important for me with my art to show that side and show, you know, if people see my work, they know that big lips is a huge part of the images that I put together. First series was called This Is Me, and it was literally a representation of who I was and how I wanted people to see me and how I wanted people to see my culture, born in Nigeria, Africa, but raised in the UK, and what that meant. Because I think that identity isn't shown enough, you know, of being African and British. It's either you're British or you're African, but there is this uniqueness of being African and British, and especially for us that's still very in tune with our culture, you know, and it's not represented as much.
It's kind of similar for me when it comes to Afrofusion as well. I refuse to be
put into a box.
I can be Sierra Leonean and I can be British as well. And if I can bring those two together to create a dish, for me, even better. I don't want to pick a side. I consider both places home. This is my home, but Sierra Leone is also my home. I am African, I am British as well.
I feel like we're seeing that a lot in restaurants and culinary cuisine, where this fusion of, whether it's fusion of, you know, Nigerian and Western, or Ghanaian and Western, or, you know, and also Sierra Leone and Western. Do you feel like, is it a trend that's been there for a while, and we're just noticing it now? Or is it something that's new?
I think we're coming to that. It's like an awakening to the flavors of West Africa, especially. Focus at the moment is so much on West African food, but African ingredients in general. I would hate for people to think it's a trend for something. You know, we've been here as long as everyone.
Yeah.
And it's such a terrible thing that it's only now really that our food is being recognized as par, or well, for us also, we're appreciating and we're saying, this is us, this is our food.
Yeah.
We're unapologetic about it. The book, for example, I wanted to be able to show what's traditional Sierra Leonean and what's also fusion, because I feel like it's almost like going back to move forward, isn't it? I don't want to deviate from the tradition. I want to be able to celebrate traditional Sierra Leonean food, but I also want to be able to celebrate fusion and adding creativity to the ingredients that we already have, and this celebration of individuality as well. It's more and more common now with our food, because it's very easy for someone to just put us in a box, isn't it, and just say, oh, this is African food, which I absolutely hate.
You hate the term, this is African food.
Yeah, I don't, you know. I want to celebrate Sierra Leonean food.
Yeah. How would you like it to be termed? Like, how, if you
I cook traditional Sierra Leonean food and Afrofusion, because I can tell the Sierra Leonean story, but I cannot tell a Nigerian story. I cannot tell a whole West African story. I can tell my story, and I don't represent.
This?
Yes, you can.
And I will not. I'm just standing here and I'm looking at the banana. I'm
and you're like, I want banana. I want to eat the banana.
I'm talking. I'm like, I want to eat this banana. And I did hear everything you were saying.
It's fine. It's all part of the cooking, isn't it? You have to taste your ingredients.
I know.
This is all done. Thank you so much. Look at how gorgeous this is.
Thank you.
Yeah. Got some starchiness down there. And now we're adding a bit of sweetness. There's the spring onions in there.
So welcome back to my cooking show, Maria. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the baking powder to the flour.
Absolutely.
Like so.
Perfect. Look at you.
And then we are going to
add it in there.
We're going to pour it into the mix.
Season with salt.
And that much?
Black pepper. So we can add the water bit by bit, because we don't want it too watery. We just kind of.
Tell me.
We can add half of that for now, and then give it a good mix. Look at that. It's quite easy to put together, isn't it?
It is. I mean, if we hadn't been chatting, this would be literally done by now.
Absolutely. Quite a lot of the time people say, oh, I can't cook African food because I don't know the ingredients. But you can actually buy all the ingredients that we've used here. You can buy it from a supermarket. So that's all done. We leave that for now, and then we measure the mayo. I've got a little scale here for you.
So this is homemade mayo.
Yeah,
oh, wow, I've never seen homemade mayonnaise.
Yeah.
And it's this color, not white, because
of the eggs that I've used.
Yeah.
Good quality eggs. 120 grams in there.
120 grams.
That's smoked paprika. You can smell it. It smells delicious. I know. We've got my Salone fire in here.
Okay.
I'm gonna
is this like a chili?
Yeah, this is my chili sauce. I thought you knew about that. You didn't know about my chili sauce. So this is my chili sauce. So that goes in there. Not all of it.
Hold on. Look, you don't understand.
You love chili.
How much
I did not know that you like chili sauce.
And I mean, I put chili on everything, but it's always difficult for me to find chili that blends well with everything.
Oh, well.
Because you get some chili and you put it in and changes the dish.
You found it.
Okay.
I cannot wait.
I will do my review.
Yeah, and
on this.
You know,
it smells lovely though.
What? Yeah. All my products have great taste.
Great
awards.
Taste.
Yeah.
What? Maria?
I know.
It smells gorgeous.
£4.50.
So that would last me a week. No, seriously.
Well, I actually do have somebody. They've got a direct debit from my account. No joke. Every single month, I send them 6 jars of chili.
That would be me.
Every month, because
this is good.
He's just like,
I'm
I
sure
go
it's
through.
Amazing.
Oh, I can't wait for you to taste it. But let's put some in here.
So how much do I put in?
Let's start with 1 teaspoon, one of those teaspoons for now, because it's quite hot.
Really?
It's very, very hot. Look at that. Look at that color. That's all natural. Yeah, you can taste it.
Taste the pepper.
Yeah, you can taste it.
I love it. It is hot, but oh my God, it's so good. This is good with meat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Meat, fish, everything. Like it literally is the perfect condiment.
This is the paprika going in.
Yeah.
So paprika gives you what, a smoky kind of?
No, they've got different ones. So there's the sweet one, and then this is the smoked one. It's like basically like red pepper. Okay. So it adds that depth to your dishes. So we're gonna give it a mix, and then to loosen it up, we'll add a bit of lemon juice, just a tiny bit, and then taste it.
So how long would it normally take to make mayonnaise? Like if I wanted to do my own mayonnaise at home
now? It takes really, really quick. Seriously, 15, 20 minutes.
No.
Seriously.
And I can eat it immediately, or do I have to leave it
No,
overnight?
you can eat it immediately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you get 2 egg yolks, 300 mils of oil, a bit of mustard, a bit of salt and pepper, and that's it.
So that quantity you did, how many egg yolks was that?
So this is 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot.
And I only made this because that's exactly.
4.
So this is lots of mayonnaise for 4, but 4 eggs should give you about 600 grams or 600 mils of mayonnaise. And then we add some lemon juice to it. But I'll let you taste it first, and then we'll see if we're going to add more chili. Or if we want to add more lemon juice.
Oh my god. This is good.
Yeah. And this you can literally add it to anything.
So people watching this, you know how you watch shows and people like, before the food has even gone in their mouth, they're like, oh my god, this is amazing. I'm like, well, taste the food first. It actually tastes really good.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not even lying. And I love mayonnaise. I absolutely love mayonnaise. I could have this instead of Hellmann's. I don't know Nigerians love mayonnaise.
West Africans, listen, West Africans love mayonnaise. In Sierra Leone, oh my God, we go through so much mayonnaise. In fact, when we talk about salad dressing, mayonnaise is the first thing we think about. Our salad dressing. I have no
idea. I mean, I know we use, you know, when we make salads in Nigeria, we always have salad cream.
Oh yeah.
Which is the sweet one. Very sweet. I don't really love it, but we always have salad cream in there.
Yeah.
Now, when I do it, I don't use salad cream. I just use mayonnaise and I put a little bit of honey.
Yeah.
I like it slightly sweet.
It's much better.
But this is really
and this
good,
goes this goes with chips. It goes with
oh my
sandwich.
God, yes. Okay.
It goes with all sorts because they just add that. You know.
I'm taking the rest before I go home. You need to get me.
I'll get you the rest of that.
Really
you can
good.
take some of that home. What do you think about the smokiness of it?
Love it.
Yeah.
Me personally, I would add more chili.
Add more chili.
I feel like I want more chili.
Yeah.
If no one else is eating this but me.
No. Add more chili.
I won't be too. Oh God, I need a bigger jar of this. This is like this will last me not even a week now. It's really
like
good.
2 days.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the spiciness and smokiness from there with the sweetness from the plantain fried together.
Oh my God, yeah.
You know, it's you know, match made in heaven, if I do say so myself.
So we're ready to fry.
I'm going to show you how it's done, usually by hand. This dish used to make me walk from school. The woman that sold street food, not too far from my school, what she used to do is like, just before school is over, there'll be like a massive pot outside with cold pots where she's frying it. And once you taste it once, seriously, I use my transport money to buy this, and then I have to walk home. And I always get into trouble for this. That's how important it is.
I have a similar experience, but with crickets.
Crickets?
Do you remember? I don't know if you guys in Sierra Leone eat crickets. So when I was younger, obviously in Africa we eat insects, right?
Okay.
Fried insects. Did you guys have that?
No.
So we, I thought I ate crickets. No, you didn't
No.
So we used
this is news to me.
On the street food was fried crickets.
Oh wow!
And that was my go-to snack. So after school, at the age of 8, 9 in Lagos. I would literally rush to go and buy a bag of fried crickets and then walk home.
Oh, I need to visit Lagos.
Fried crickets.
I have to visit Lagos. I need to try crickets.
Now, I don't know if I would eat crickets, but then, oh my God. 9 years old, after school, with my pocket money, I would go and buy my bag of crickets and then walk home, eating it, me and my friends, and it was salty, crunchy, and obviously now, it's actually a really big thing where people are eating insects because of the protein.
And the way you're talking about it, I mean, it's a making of a good dish, isn't it? It's got the texture, the crunchiness of it, and the saltiness. My next cookbook is going to be all about eating crickets and flying things. Yeah, bats.
No. Stop there, Maria. Right, let's get frying.
In Sierra Leone, you have this really massive bowl the woman will have usually, which we call bath pan. I don't know.
Bath pan.
Bath pan, yeah. I think it's the size of it. We call it bath pan. And then she'll just have this lots of this mixture in there. And then she'll use the side of the dish and use her palm. So you do it like, so it all comes together like that. And then you just pop it in the oil. And it stays. So you just use the side of the bowl to guide you basically and make the shape. And then you just pop it in.
Okay.
Yeah, pop as much in as possible.
So is there any particular size?
So this is a good size because if you make it too big, it might just take forever to cook. So you want it
to fry, I should say.
Yeah, to fry. About 3 to 6 minutes.
Oh my God, it smells. I wish people could smell this. It smells
that combination
so good.
of that spring onions and all of that in there. It's just
I'm going to plunk it into my mouth immediately because I know it's still very, very hot.
It might be much better colours.
Oh my God, this is amazing. Like if I'm making it at home and I didn't want to just have it as a snack with the sauce, what else, what other accompaniments? So I can actually put it with anything like fish.
Exactly. So you can make it as a side dish
as
to
a side
fish.
dish, right? Yeah.
So instead of plantain, because usually when we do jollof rice or fish, we do a side dish of plantain. So you could literally just do it as a side dish for any other dish that you're having.
The banana gives it that sweetness. But obviously with the plantain, with the green plantain, it's not.
There's no, it's
but
quite
it's not
starchy.
Too overwhelming.
Exactly,
it's not too sweetness. Yeah.
Because if you use all plantain, what you'll have, you wouldn't get that contrast. Whereas the green plantain and that sweetness coming in from the banana,
it balances it really
balances
nicely.
It absolutely.
You know, I love my chili. I could chop up chili with this.
You can chop up.
And I'm literally making my...
Absolutely. Listen, the thing is, what I like about cookbooks are just there as a guide, isn't it? So it's for you to make it what you want to make it with. And, you know, and this is all about getting people to experiment when it comes to African food or Sierra Leonean food. And just experimenting with the ingredients of, you know, within the continent. Yeah. But it works really well with that flavor.
Is that mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
This is a smell that will make me walk home.
Yeah.
And I get home, my shoes will be dirty, I'll be dusty, I'll get into trouble, get a couple of slaps in there. But it's fine. It's worth it. Absolutely worth it.
This mayonnaise is to die for.
So this is a final dish. This is Moco with the smoked Salone fire mayo. It's a Sierra Leonean street food. Page 36, 37 of Sweet Salone. Green plantain with the spring onions and mixing it with all the flavors, that smokiness from the mayo, the spiciness from my Salone fire. It works so well.
I love the smokiness of the paprika.
Crowd pleaser when I have events. I do as a canapé and everyone just keep going for it, basically. Cheers.
Cheers.
Chin chin.
Chin chin. Oh God. You've taken plantain to another level.
The humble plantain, right? You can get this book from my website, shwenshwen.com, or you can buy it from Amazon or any good bookstore. Waterstone, everywhere.